So, in a nutshell, what I realize is that first of all, a person working in an organization as a leader or a colleague must know his or her people big time. Okay. And if you have some news to share, you have to share the news. Whether it's a good news or a bad news, you have to share it. Okay. But try and give good news most of the time and stuff, and try not be a carrier of bad news half the time. And delivering bad news shouldn't be on the last minute and stuff when the team enthusiasm is really good and great and stuff, and suddenly you bring in a bad news, so it doesn't work like that. Okay. And try and be consistent, try and be well established, and try and understand that you're like a troop, or you're like a army person, where you understand what your boss wants and what you're supposed to do and stuff. And then when communication is negative, you have to basically make sure that everything is taken care of and stuff, and you stop delivering the bad news. You speak up the truth, and you communicate as a person in command, stepping in as the next person in the regiment and stuff. Okay. So if you communicate often, and by communication I mean all forms of communication, emailing, phone, texting and videos and other methods available like SMS, or on behalf of your bosses and stuff, then you have to kind of behave like, you have to behave like a boss, like a CEO, like a CEO word. Like, what does a CEO do? CEO doesn't always just give you good news. And why do I say that? You have to give honesty and the truth and stuff. So let's say if you're a CEO, and you are kind of losing a share of 2% or 5% in the market, and you're not having any positive news to share and stuff, and you hold the news back, and then you don't share it with your management or with your people and team and stuff, and they don't know about it. So now that multiplies over a few months. It goes to 10, it goes to 20. Nobody knows about it. So people are not informed, and they haven't bothered to check because they're counting on you, they're depending on you as a CEO or whatever. So what happens, the company eventually goes into a bigger loss and stuff. So that's why I'm saying it's very important to be honest, and it's very important to keep information flowing in the organization, so that there are no last minute hindrances, there are no last minute hiccups, and people don't have to kind of spend energy and time on recovering something that they could have actually safeguarded or saved previously, because one person goofed up by not giving the information on the I mean, the person gave information on the last minute, right? So now, let's say your share is gone. Now what? Now the truth becomes very hard because the company has lost, let's say, 50% of its market share, and the other share has to go into marketing, training, and salaries and stuff. So now what happens? Not a very good scene, right? Not a very healthy scenario. But if the CEO had given the truth earlier, it would have been done or handled in a positive manner, and the scenario would have been really different. Salaries would have been paid, marketing would have been carried out. Maybe the efforts that they are now spending on crisis management would have not been doubled up like this. They could have done things differently. They could have recovered the market share. They could have put the company on a different task of success and stuff. And this would have happened only if the person would have told the truth, and the recovery would have become from impossible possible. So that's why it's very important that you kind of combat this vicious circle, that you are honest and you keep the truth memento going on. So to some, I may sound like an idealistic person, but if you go into healthy environments and you go into the bigger top 10 brands, or the top 100 companies, or the Fortune 500 companies, or the bestest of brand and stuff, this is the way they function. So if you work for a bank, if you work for an MNC, if you work for a corporate, if you work for a Nestle, if you work for a ICICI, if you work for a Tata, if you work for a uh, if you work for a Versace, if you work for a Louis Vuitton, if you work for if you work for a big brand, that's the way they function. They don't function on whims and fancies of people and entrepreneurs and aunties and uncles and stuff. Okay, this is how they work. So the most important thing is that if you're a leader, even if you've left a job, you carry those values and your traits with you, and you kind of plug those in the cultures of whatever situations or whatever circles you're in and stuff. Okay, so let's say now you've had 25 years of experience or 26 years of experience working in various brands and stuff. Now you've picked up the bestest of information, the bestest of the culture, bestest of the leadership ideas, bestest of your communication, strategies, the bestest of PR information, the bestest of advertising campaigns, the bestest of brand building strategies, the bestest of CEO initiatives, the bestest of what do I say? I mean, you know it all by now, and you're still upgrading yourself in whatever fashion and stuff. So what's very important is to not let go of the learning that you have, and now you plug it into your present scenario. So let's say you launch a startup, let's say you launched an innovative platform, let's say you launched your own company. Let's say for a person like me, I've started something of my own. I'm doing a label of my own, let's say, okay? I've started, let's say, assuming I do a perfume brand, I do, let's say, cutlery, or I do, let's say I start publishing, I start writing a book or something, So all those marketing tactics and stuff that I've learned along the way will come handy, right? I'm just giving you an example besides what I do. So let's say I have a fashion brand that I launch. Let's say if I go into this kind of stuff, I want to do my own fashion brand, and I want to launch, let's say, woolens and stuff, okay? So if I worked with a good fashion brand and I know how they work and what the inside story is, so rather than looking at the negative and the gossip and everything, I can always, carry that good knowledge, carry that experience with me, carry all the information with me, carry all that education with me, and I can now implement it in my present scenario. If I got hired somewhere, I use that in a positive scenario and I make the best use of it. But I continue being a good leader, or I continue being a good founder. I continue being a good citizen in a way also, and I continue being a leader as a brand ambassador of my country, because a brand in my country, or a fashion brand in my country is not just about running a label, right? There's so many things associated. We'll come to that on a larger scale later on. But if it's a Shark Tank kind of a thingy, it's a fashion brand and it's associated on a Shark Tank level. Obviously, it becomes another thing on leadership level as well, or economics level, or whatever, or entertainment level, or whatever. So what's very important is to kind of understand that knowledge, leadership, then all your learning and all your tactics and all your strategy will also come in play with the values of honesty and truth. So these are core values which I want to share with you, and I'm sure these are going to help you and stuff. And I'm sharing this because I see a lot of youngsters and youth in my where I work out of my office space. I see a lot of youth still talk about, and I talk about these, and I talk about I mean, various forums I see this, and startup also they had this. A lot of people I met there, youngsters and stuff, they were talking a lot about these TV programs and stuff. So what you see on TV is absolutely different. So when you go to a Harvard, when you go to a Stanford, when you go to a Oxford, when you go to a London School of Economics, it's not Shark Tank. Shark Tank is also scripted. All these people you see on their boards and stuff, the personalities, they are very different. They're nowhere like these people. So your TV life is very different from what is in a college scene. So I would advise you to kind of first go into a college campus or something and get a reality check before you really launch a brand, and you kind of set a label rolling, because what you see on TV and the impressions you follow, because you talk about 10 different people who are launching their own companies and stuff. But when you see the online store and stuff, you can say that the kind of stuff they are selling is not at par with what a luxury brand should be selling, or what international brand should be selling, even if you look at it on a Shark Tank forum and stuff. I'm not criticizing anybody, but because I do luxury and I've come with a lot of experience and stuff, I can give you my free thoughts and I can give you my feelers on certain personalities and certain brands I see there as well. Okay, some of them are good, they are affordable, and they are fast moving and stuff. So they are designed differently, they are sold differently and stuff. But that's a different topic altogether, you know. So relationships are equally important. You have to cut out the shortcuts and stuff, and you have to work your ass off on learning a lot and educating yourself. And you have to be open to changing yourself and your ways of conduct and behavior. Ha, it's about terminating this thing about, you know, flattering a boss or a lady boss or a male boss and stuff, and it's actually about real work and stuff. Okay, so jkapani@gmail.com, justinekapani.im@gmail.com, and justinekapanioffice@gmail.com. Write into me, talk to me, and message me formally. And I'm open to collaborations and associations and stuff, in particular related to my field of work and stuff and all that. If you like to buy and if you like to purchase something and you want to connect with me for any of my products and stuff, I'll be more than happy and delighted to associate with you. We can send you our catalogs and all that. And the rest of it, what I'm sharing is on leaderships and stuff, because I feel that most of the people working in brands and all are also indirectly leaders in their own way, you know. And since we travel and we are interacting on various forums and stuff, we indirectly become leaders any which ways. Okay, so love and luck and take care and have fun, have a blast. Bye bye, cheers, love and luck. And more and more learning is always a good idea. Yeah, stay fresh. Bye bye.